So
Yeah.
I can now play my records. Hey, what you
Oh.
doing, Poppers?
Lola, what are you
What you
doing?
doing, Lolas?
What are you doing?
She
Huh?
says, I'm here to see you, Dad.
No, she's not. She's like, I know you have potato chips beside you. I would like some of those potato chips.
So I'm going to look lovingly at my dad, and he will give me
Hmm.
potato chips.
I will not give her potato chips. So
Amazingly, that's what my cat
she's
does.
she's not to have the potato chips right now. So
No.
yeah. So right, right, little girl. Uh-huh. Hmm. Get out of my water. It's weird. So okay. So hi guys, welcome to the podcast. It's Thursday night, which means you're hanging out with us, hopefully, but we'll see.
Or as I have been told, um, we have an FBI warning here
What?
in Derry, Pennsylvania. Someone is impersonating an FBI agent, knocking on
Oh,
people's doors.
that's not okay.
The funniest thing is though, the dude's in a minivan, and I'm
Oh.
like, I'm like, yeah, nothing says FBI like a gray minivan. I'm like, oh, I was like, so if I hear a knock at the door during the podcast, you
We have
may
to
see some
go.
action going on,
Wow.
guys.
Jeez. All right. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna do this from this page. So let's talk about some stuff we have coming up.
Mhm.
Boom. So if you ever want to just go to our website, you can go right up here to events and see. The next thing we have coming up is the Strikeout Limited signing event. That is this Saturday. And now with more swag. So check it out. It's at Cranberry. It's $40 to get in, 5:30, 8:30. You can purchase a ticket online. You can just go to this link. Takes you right to the, I'll just show you right now. It just takes you right to it. You go down here, put it in your cart, boom, you're done. Super easy. Pay for it. All good. Here's what you get. You get a free poster featuring Stranko art. It's actually got Nick Fury on it. You get a copy of the Victorian with art by Steranko. It's a Victorian single issue. I think it actually already comes signed by him. Like we just had a bunch laying around. You get into a raffle to win a Strange Chills 161 valued at $25. I actually am the one who put that. That's from my personal collection. So please, someone buy some tickets to make me feel that I didn't just give this to one person. Also, Todd will be there to give you a can or bottle of one of the Three Rivers cut exclusive beers of your choice. We also have some other Steranko books available for purchase. They're right on the wall, right behind the counter. And if you want anything signed, it's $65 per item. That's pretty much it. No limit on how many items you can have him sign. But while we were in here, oh wait, sorry, I want to go back to other events. So we have the Secret Warehouse coming up. That's the weekend after, or 2 weeks after that. We added, I think, 100 new boxes to it, maybe more than that. So it's a lot. 100,000 new books added to it, which is awesome. But then we have our Geek Flea Market coming up. The Geek Flea Market is in Cranberry. You can call Cranberry or check out their Facebook page for a link to sign up. Super easy. So something people don't know here is you can go to shop. You see all the stores. That's cool. We have graphic novels stuff. We have eBay. We have an Amazon store. We also have exclusive apparel. This is cool. So not only can you shop stuff that has the regular NDC logo on it, we have some cool stuff. This designed by Gary Morgan, which I love. And then we also have this one from DJ Kaufman, support local comics. And you can get it on all kinds of stuff. So if you just click the big logo, it shows you all the cool shit you can buy. And this stuff just gets sent right to your house. Here's where I got a bunch of my baseball tees. I have that one. I have that one. I think I have that one. I don't have that one because I don't usually get white shirts because I get them dirty. But a backpack is sweet. These socks are cool. They look small, but they're actually very big. They fit my size 12 feet. The recycled lunch bag is pretty sweet. There's a bandana. There's a dog bandana. There's a die cut bag. All kinds of cool stuff. And I think depending on the thing, you can actually get other stuff. Like if I go to the support local comics, like there you see a hat that was not available in the other one, a cutoff tee, bright yellow shirt, a different water mug, a different travel mug. I actually think I have this one. It's like a Yeti almost. Like the baseball style hoodie.
I like the backpack.
Yeah. More socks, more bandanas. And then if we go back to the DJ one. Oh, that's cool. It's got like a ladies V-neck football tee. I have this. Which one do I have? I have that one.
You have that one. Yeah, the dark one.
Yeah.
I've seen you wear that a couple times.
Yeah. So these are all cool. Right now, for the next 5 days, everything is 20% off. You just click the redeem button and you pick your item. So let's say we want a where did it go? What? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Let's say I want a men's freaking apron.
It has
What color do I
multiple
want?
uses, not
Multiple
just cooking.
colors, multiple uses. You could use this as your painting apron if you're into painting.
Or if you're doing yard sales, you have the pocket for that change.
Right. Okay, let's say we go with the red one, right? So it's
That's a maroon.
it just
one.
fits all whatever. It's close to red. It's the only reddish option.
No, it's not. There's a red one. Right.
Oh
next
yeah,
to the
you're right.
blue.
You're right. All right, we're going with this cranberry maroon then. So that's the only one. I can go down here and check out the sizes, blah blah blah. And I can add it to my cart. Add to shopping cart. So as you see, it was 21.49. The shipping cost was $4.49. The discount's $4.39. So I basically saved. I paid 19 cents for shipping. And all I have to do
can't
is
beat
just,
that nowadays. That's
right.
That's a steal.
Right.
19 cents for shipping. I
Right.
think most people will take that.
Yeah. So if you're interested in getting some cool NDC swag, now's the time to do it. Mails right to your house. It's usually there within a week. I definitely recommend checking that out. But that is what we have on the store. So
All right. What do we want to touch on here first? Show stuff
Well,
off, talk about NeoCon, or
talk about Neo.
all
Yeah.
right, let's do
So
NeoCon.
last weekend, Justin and I were in North Olmsted, Ohio for Neo Comic Con. Neo Comic Con's run by the guys from Hey Kids, Comics Are Go. We've been doing this show a long time. It's in like a sporting arena. It's a one-day thing. It's all comics. Got to run into some cool vendors that I haven't seen in a while, like the guys from Comics Heaven. And it was kind of neat because like we showed up and one of the vendors who was across from us apparently couldn't make it. So I was like, okay, I guess we're each gonna have our own table. So we took all the shit that we were gonna put on the floor plus random stuff we had in the van. And just I was like, here you go, Justin, sit at this table by yourself. And
well,
worked out.
I was helping you because your table got crushed more than mine did.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely, like when I saw you getting slammed and there was nobody near me, I would go
Right.
back and forth. So I got my steps in, so I can't complain on that. But it was a good time. It was challenging to go to the bathroom or get something to eat.
Yeah.
But that again, this, my stepson was not available this year as he was last year. So,
It's all
but
good.
he said he would like to do it next year. So we
Okay.
will see.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that, Harry. We'll see.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah. Here's like semi mess stuff that he kind of left here.
What?
Yeah. Well, I had to help him. I told you in the U-Haul, it was just everywhere. And I'm like, good thing I turned on my UPS mode and I packed like a motherfucker. And
Nice.
and I'm like, okay, you should have room for all the stuff you're gonna grab and take to Philly.
Right.
So and then we spent my day off, me and the wife were packing up his room to look
Jeez.
presentable for guests if
Jeez.
anyone ever wants to come and hang out with me and the wife. So
And stay over.
mhm.
Nice. Yeah. So what was I gonna say? Shit. I lost it. Yeah. So anyway, the show was really good. It was a lot of fun. Glad to do it every year. Always a good time. Sold a bunch of stuff. I'm glad that we
did
went.
very solid. This was,
Yeah.
can I say this was probably our first solid show other than our own?
What, this
Like,
year?
yeah, money wise.
No, we did okay in
Monetary.
sci-fi. No.
Okay.
I mean it was a little on the lower end, but it wasn't bad. But
Yeah. But I
you know.
felt like we did better at Neo.
I did
Like,
pretty much
the
our
flow
average,
felt
but
better. We didn't. We were
the
not
flow
dead.
felt a little better. But it was a comic show and we were
Mhm.
comic dealers, so it helped out. So it was pretty good. Like, I didn't see a lot of cosplay though, but I think a lot of it was happening on the other side.
Yes.
So
Yeah, they had it like wrapped around
okay.
like the alleys and stuff. And actually, we saw some pretty cool cosplay.
Yeah.
Well, we saw someone did a costume. I think they made it out of cardboard and plastic piping, and they made themselves look like one of the Lego minis.
Oh yeah.
Half was Spidey and half was Cap America.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for that poor person because they must have been roasted in that damn thing. I hope they had fans in it or something.
Yeah,
But
that was really
I think that
warm.
probably won top prize, if not like most creative. So, cool on them. What we did get is this a Neocon exclusive variant that we got? Okay. That's why it wasn't showing up on my CLZ or cover price. Me and John got the Stephen Butler, for those who remember him as the man who created Silver Sable in Spider-Man. He did a cover for your book Scrapper, which you reviewed last week.
Yep.
So me and you each got a signed copy of this, and this was going towards they were doing a a shelter foundation. I don't know which foundation, but I know they were doing a foundation donation, so all proceeds went to that pretty much, because we got our autographs for free if we got this book. So giving it to a good cause as you are being bombarded by your puppies.
Oh my God. All the dogs, all of them.
Although I did see the most adorable kitten I almost brought home.
Yeah.
To be cat number 3 here at the comp house. But they told me he was already adopted. So someone got the beautiful white and gray kitten with extra toes. I'm a sucker for extra toe kittens.
Crazy. All right. Let's talk comics.
Right.
so we can get this thing moving along. There, we have a lot of other stuff to talk about
Mhm.
toward the end, but let's talk some comic books. So
Right.
the comic book cover roulette starts now.
Now,
Boom.
all right. Justice Society of America, number 5. Uh, last we left off, Huntress was trying to save the JSA and the world basically against what's his name? Degaton. The pronunciation's awful, but he was the Nazi who was time traveling, multiple versions of himself all over the place. They beat him the first time earlier in the series. Then she goes and meets her dad, who happens to be Batman. This was a very like little heartwarming. She misses him, gave him a hug, and of course he did the whole "you shouldn't have done this, you're messing with the timeline," blah blah. And the JSA shows up with Men and Madame Xanadu, who have the time traveling snow globe trinket. But so does Jaton there. I think that's how you pronounce it, is Jaton. And it's multiple versions of him. But as they start to fight, every version of the JSA shows up. So you're getting classic, you're getting, Silver Age, you're getting modern, you're getting future. They're all fighting. And of course, my favorite panel of it was 3 Dr. Fates trapping the evil Nazi into the time globe, which was kind of cool because I guess he's trapped in there, and you see like he's trapped in with alternative version of Joker and stuff like that. And one of the Jokers you see prominently is Bruce Wayne's mom.
Wow.
So that
Oh,
was a
from
kind of a cool little panel there. And after this happens, the timeline readjusts itself, so everything goes back to normal, except Huntress is still here. And they're trying to figure out why, but they don't know how to do it. And that's pretty much like kind of the end. Like you get introduced to I guess Stargirl, Judy Garrett,
Oh,
and our Hourglass Man
our
or
man.
Our Man show up, and I guess they're going to try to find a solution on how to get Huntress back into the future.
All right, so I have a question about this cover.
Okay.
How do Flash and Huntress fly?
I have no idea.
Like everyone else legitimately can fly. What the hell's going on with them? And is that Solomon Grundy on the bottom?
Yes, it is, because he's part of the future JSA.
Awesome.
So
All right.
I'm really enjoying the Justice Society, and I think it's a very underrated DC book. Nobody's really talking about it, which that's usual for the JSA. Nobody gives a crap about the JSA. They love the Justice League, but they could give a crap about the JSA. So
Right.
I give this 2 scrambled eggs, 2 slices of bacon, with a glass of milk. It's
Okay.
pretty standard
That-
stuff.
that-
Nothing like super spectacular.
I thought you were gonna be
but-
like 2 eggs, side of toast, 2 slices of bacon, glass of milk, because it's wholesome in 1940s.
Yeah, that too, but you can go that route. But it's standard stuff. It's nothing spectacular, but it's nothing like, oh, this is garbage. So
Right.
it's it's the perfect kind of, it's fine, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Ready for next one or for the next one? Might be
Mhm.
yours, might be mine. I don't know.
Uh.
Here we go. Roulette. Stop. Oh, yeah.
It's like 3 weeks in a row of this.
No, last week it actually went back and forth, I think.
Yeah, this is all right. All right. This is one of mine, guys. We're finishing up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Last Ronin, the Lost Years. This is the last book. It picks up from the death match that Mikey was involved with his friend who died. Mikey wins, of course, but Mikey lost it. Pretty much takes out a bunch of thugs that are trying to rout like from the deathmatch crew here. They knock him out. He wakes up in the gurney, and they do keep their word of freeing him. But he wants to know where this death worm is, which is like the ultimate bad guy, because apparently he's the guy that had destroyed the village. He was like kind of the shredder of this like era or the
Right.
area that he ran. So um the people were like, well, you know, do you think he comes down here and messes with us peons? You're crazy. And it was like, well, you got to know something. And they're like, well, we heard he's in Europe somewhere. So you see pages of him traveling to Europe with the ghosts of everybody behind him, this, that, and the other. He finally uh, this one's pretty interesting. He's in Rome. And of course, the headquarters of Deathworm is in the Roman Colosseum. And so he goes in, takes down like most of this army. You see this guy speaking Mongolian, huge strapping Mongolian. And Mikey's like, oh, this must be the guy. Pretty much just takes him out pretty easily. And he's like, this is too easy. He even says it's too easy. Next thing you know, you see this thin dude come up and smack him around a little bit. Turns out the skinny dude is Deathworm.
No.
So they have a discussion, and he's like, I'm here to, get revenge with all these people that you have wronged. And he's recalling all the people, and he's like, well, I used to be friends with this guy, and he used to, this and that and the other, kind of very Shredder like. So this just kind of motivates Mikey. He does defeat him in the end. He takes the two Tonfas that are electrically charged and just jams them right into the guy and obliterates them. And of course, the gang breaks up because they want no part of, Mikey. And at that point, you're seeing where the circle begins for the original Last Ronin as he heads back to New York. And then the last couple pages of the book is Casey giving this like monologue about the next generation of turtles. So, all around, I loved this Lost Years series. This book was excellent, got to the point. I'm going to give this scrambled eggs with a mix of sharp cheddar and pepper jack. I'm going to give this sausage and bacon with small thing of home fries and some nice OJ. This was a solid book, solid series. Not as good as original Last Ronin, but the details that they give and the journey that you see Mike go through after, his brothers die, it really fills in the blanks. IDW is killing it with Ninja Turtles right now. I don't think they can do any wrong with Ninja Turtles at this point. So, solid book, solid series. Definitely, probably one of the series of the year for me. So
Cool.
Hmm.
That is awesome. I've only read the first volume, so I didn't read the second
I was
one.
gonna say maybe wait for it on trade and read it. Like I said, it's pretty cool. Like, and
Yeah.
you get introduced to the next age of turtles, which I'm sure maybe that next generation of kids will get into it.
Right. All right, here we go. We're gonna spin the roulette wheel again. Hey, this works out because we both read this book.
Yes.
So, on the weird mishap that we both read this book, we're both going to talk about it a little bit.
All right.
So, I'll let you do because you're a little more thorough, but I just wanted to say, like, for most part, I loved the art in this. I love the flow of this book.
Yes. I
I
agree on that.
I think it's a great, like a great dive into the psyche of Magneto for the most part. Like, it picks a place where, where he's the headmaster at Xavier's Institute. The New Mutants are the main mutants that are there. And it really talks about the difference between a hero and a villain and how that can be a very narrow path, or a gray area, which I thought was a very cool way that they did it. So
I like to say it's the double-edged sword.
yeah,
Like, this is the true meaning of a double-edged sword.
yeah,
But I love the fact, like, that the cover says it all. Like, I wish they had variant covers for this. I was surprised they didn't do a lot of variant covers for this cover. Because I think they could have did something with it. But I like this. I like cover A, because it's very representative of, like you said, the book of, he's sitting there teaching the New Mutants by using the Brotherhood of Evil as training method in the Danger Room. And he was talking about showing compassion, which is something that Charles Xavier always was telling him. Years and years and years of Charles always being the rational one, saying compassion, compassion, compassion. And Magneto is always like, we have to take a stand, we have to fight back. So I loved it that you go through his past with the ghosts of all his pasts. You see the ghosts represent, like, him in the Auschwitz, or I'm assuming Auschwitz.
Oh no, he says it's Auschwitz.
Auschwitz. Okay. I'm, just sometimes, you never know. It could be another encampment, but Auschwitz is obviously the most famous of the encampments. And it's a really good story. I like the new villain at the end of the book here.
Yeah.
But they never say her name.
Yeah, they
do.
do.
Hear the name? Do they?
It's at the end. So it's on that last page. Hold
Okay.
on. Damn it! I just put it in a bag, so it's done talking about it. Damn it, Justin!
I love her costume because it looks like kind of like an old school It looks like old school Magneto, but it's like red and orange, and
it's Ire. Her name's Ire, Queen of Wrath. and the
Ire.
Sisterhood of Evil Mutants have welcomed him home.
Okay.
So yeah. So it's very, very interesting, and I'm curious where it's going to go. This isn't a Dematis storyline, and you
Mhm.
really can feel it. Like it's got that old like that 80s 90s vibe to it in the
Yeah.
writing, and that's I
Even the
think why I like it.
costumes. You got the New Mutants in their classic costumes.
Yeah.
That's why I love it. Like they even have the Brotherhood in their old costumes. Look at that. That's the
Right.
the
Well, they do that
Toad with that really,
flashback. Yeah.
yeah. But the Toad in a really crappy outfit,
Right.
and you know, um, but it's a solid book. Um, I don't know if this is like an alternative version or something, or if
I
this
don't
is
know
still
either.
dealing with Krakoa, because there's no Krakoa.
Oh no, this is in the past for sure.
Is it?
I just
Okay.
don't know if it's in continuity, but this
Okay.
is in the past because this would have been when the New Mutants were in the. This would have been around the same time as X Factor,
Okay.
because X Factor was on the pyramid, and these guys were in the school because they were the new X-Men basically, but they were called New
Okay.
Mutants instead of New X-Men.
Okay.
So I give this book, I give it a breakfast burrito, hash browns, and a iced coffee. So
I'm gonna do you one better. Anybody who's ever had the Taco Bell breakfast,
oh,
and I'm gonna say the sausage. What is that? What do they call it? It's not a burrito, but it's the
like breakfast wrap thing.
yes, the breakfast wrap, the
Okay.
sausage breakfast wrap. And you can have the option of having the hash browns in or out. I'm putting a hash brown in, and I want a hash brown out of it.
Ooh, that's
So
how I
it's a
roll
double hash
too.
brown.
So
Yeah. But
all
that
right,
this is like one of those, if you want your old school X-Men, you know, this is definitely one of those. I feel like this could have been very Chris Claremonty,
yeah,
era of writing. This is what
yeah,
it reminds me of.
uh-huh.
I'm down for it. I can't wait to see it. I mean, I've read all the other Magneto stories. What
Right.
the last one was like the what was that, the 2014 2015 series,
Yeah,
which I liked as well. Uh, had some
agree.
really cool art with it too. But I I I saw this and I was like, oh, I'm peaked. So I snagged it.
Nice. All right. Well, I guess I don't need to spin the wheel. I know they're all going to be mine. Let's see what comes up. Hey, Doctor Who Doomsday. All right, so this is issue 2 from the Jodie Hauser storyline. I love that that's a mirror behind Missy, and you can see that she has a knife to try to kill Doom. So this picks up where the other one left, where Missy's still trailing Doom. She's still trying to impersonate the Doctor. She has a Mad Hatter on hat this time because she's at the 34th annual Old Earth convention. So it like people are dressed like hippies, people are dressed like Rose Tyler, people are dressed like weeping angels. There's a little plush 13th Doctor at one point. And Missy follows Doom. And they go to this really remote place after well, actually, sorry. In this lady who's dressed like an old pilgrim tries to come up and buy all the books, the physical books, out of the one bookshop, for the purpose to burn them all, to destroy the books so that the future becomes different. and they get into this fight about how you can't burn the books because then no one will know what the past did, so then future will repeat the past. So they end up like killing the pilgrim lady, and they go to this other dude's house who is a mark for Doom, and like Doom ends up killing the guy. But it's really, really well written. It's very much so a Missy book. If you liked Michelle Gomez as Missy, you will love this. It's very good. I like it. It's not like a canon-y, like super canon-y thing that everyone needs to have in their collection because they need to be a purist Doctor Who thing. It's just a fun side story, and if you like Missy, you will enjoy this book. I give it a scone and a cup of Earl Grey.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So, all
Now,
right.
is it like Panera scone or just like a scone you get from any old bakery?
Like a really like a better than Panera scone.
Okay.
Like a real bakery scone, right? Like a high-end bakery scone.
Okay.
So, all right. My last book is Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer. This book was surprisingly hella good. So it takes place in that alternate universe that Boom has built around Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And it focuses mostly on Thessa, who is the daughter of Willow and Tara, who is now the next Slayer. She's the next chosen one. Because as we know, Buffy can exist with another chosen one because she died and came back to life in the very first episode of the TV show. Also happened in the movie, which, by the way, R.I.P. Paul Rubin. Because anyway, it starts off like she's making like a Slayer training video of like, check out your watcher and hang out with your watcher. And then you see her like working at the pier, like cleaning off like dead seagulls because they keep flying into this Ferris wheel. Meanwhile, Buffy and Spike are still together and they're trying to go on like a vacation, but Buffy's like, I don't have any clothes that actually work anymore because they're all either bloodstained or destroyed and blah blah blah. He's like, does it really matter? And she's like, yeah, I guess not. So she she has Anya come to be the watcher and not really babysit her because she's 21, but to just be there and hang out with her to make sure everything's cool. And Anya's still very much so a demon that doesn't understand humans. They like, she's like, do you want to watch a movie? She's like, no, whatever. So she goes out on patrol, kills a guy, her girlfriend calls, they go to this like kind of like makeout point, I guess. And they run into her girlfriend's brother and his like gang of dudes. Meanwhile, Buffy and Spike are like he forgets something in the car, so Buffy goes to get it. She freaks out on a drunk a robo tripping raccoon that's under the car because she thinks it's a bad guy, and then accidentally throws a stake at Spike, and he catches it, and he's just like, you need to calm the fuck down. So she goes to the bathroom, takes a shower, punches the glass, hurts her hand. Her and Spike are not doing well. Thessa comes back. Anya's now built all these training things in the house, and she's like, I thought you'd like to punch things. And she's like, nah, just want to go to bed. So instead they end up watching like some movie TV show, and they're both like crying their eyes out. Thessa then kind of peeks into what on the watcher list Anya's there for. Anya realizes she did that, wakes her up stupid early, and it's kind of like, hey, I'm gonna go for a run. Do you want to go for a run? She's like, no. She comes back, and the girlfriend's there with donuts, and she's like, well, I brought all this nutritional stuff back. Oh, donut girl's here, and the girlfriend leaves, and Anya's like, by the way, I'm pretty sure that she's not who you think she is. Something's off about her, and they show her apartment at the end, and the brother and the band, like his group of dudes, are all dead in a giant pentagram circle, and she's drinking a bottle of blood. So I'm excited for this book. It is very, very well buffied out. Like I'm giving this like a Western omelet with extra bacon, hot sauce, and a large black coffee. Because that's just how I feel it needs to roll. Is that good? Love it. Oh, and Thessa can use magic like her mom's. So she not only is she a slayer, but she's a witch.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's even cooler, right?
Okay.
So I dug that a lot. So okay. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about some TV and movie stuff. So spoiler if you haven't watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds. First off, I don't know why you're not. This show is fucking awesome. So two weeks ago we had the Lower Decks crossover episode, and they did this cool, like they did the opening sequence in Lower Decks animation, and then there was like a stinger at the end where the current crew was in animated. And then this week it's a musical episode, and the opening credits are in a cappella, and it's awesome. So and it really kind of sets in motion things that we see a little more in regular original series. So Nurse Chapel and Spock break up. Uhura realizes she has feelings for Spock. Jim Kirk and Noonien Soon are kind of like, they had like an episode earlier in the season where in an alternate timeline they were a couple and he died or whatever. In this, she reveals that, hey, I have feelings for you, and he's kind of like, I do too, but I'm kind of seeing this girl named Carol, and she's kind of pregnant, and that's a total. As soon as he said that, I'm like, holy shit, that's Wrath of Khan right there. So I looked it up, and I'm like, it absolutely is. It's Carol from Wrath of Khan, and their son who's in that movie as well. So it was very good. It had a ton of Easter eggs in it. The show, the cast on there were amazing. All the female singers totally kicked ass. Like if I didn't think they were hot already, they were definitely hotter now. Like because like it was very, very good, especially the Noonien Sun character. She did the song where she's singing about Kirk and like in her room, and it's probably the best song in the whole episode. There's like a big full number at the end with like dancing, and the whole crew gets into it. It's hilarious. And at one point the Klingons bust out into song as well, which reminds me, I wanted to see if they were very specific, but they actually they were more of like a hip hop rap group. So it was like, what the fuck is going on here? It was so good though. So good.
Okay.
We only get one more episode. But this one was called Subspace Rhapsody. Right. Hold on, let me see here.
If they had that title, they should have did a Queen number somewhere in there.
Right? What else was he in? Nope, not that guy. Oh, maybe he was that guy. So the guy, really? So the guy who played, he played the engineer in the first couple seasons. It was Hemmer in the first couple seasons. He also played General Garcock in the new one, and this dude's like pretty much legally blind, and he totally kicked ass in this. It was so good, so good. Yeah. So everyone should really check that show out if you haven't. It's super good. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, right? Beasts.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna preface with this with so when I was a kid, I used to be a big Transformers fan. Gen 1 stuff, loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Still watch the original movie. Beast Wars, wasn't a fan of the animation. It was okay, but not as cool to me. Like
I think once you get to a certain age, it's like, what was your favorite gen of Transformers is the way that usually goes.
mhm.
I had nothing against Beast Wars. I thought it was
Yeah.
like kind of cool, but again, it was that era of we were messing with CGI, and that CGI back in the day was quote cool.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
you look back at it and it's like garbage. So
let me just say also that on that note, the like the actual like primals, or what are they called? They're not called primals. Optimus Primal. They're called whatever the animals are. And like all the Transformers themselves in this, the actual Transformers look pretty good. A lot of the other CGI though, stupid terrible. Like there's a scene where Mirage like gives the main dude like a gauntlet, and he like throws something at him and it like hits his hand, and then it like morphs around his hand and forms this thing. The CGI on that scene was such garbage. Like I was like, holy crap, I feel like it's stalled out like on a like you need more RAM to boot this. Like not good. It just
Oh
looks
my.
so fucking bad.
I was
The
surprised it felt like that movie just came out too. That
came out when Flash did. Came out the same week Flash. Yeah. So, and I think Flash is going to be on HBO soon if it's not already.
yeah.
But
I think they're giving it another week or something like that.
yeah. But this, like I said, this was actually like the story though was very well done. I liked, I did like outside of the CGI, I didn't like the way Prime looked. He looked kind of bad. But this takes place in 1994. So it takes place before the Michael Bay stuff, right?
Okay.
And the like the animal ones, it's a similar story. They're kind of in the future, and then they come to the back or to the past, and then they lock away this trans warp key. They break it in half and they bury it in two different spots. One is like in Egypt, the other one's in Peru. So and then those guys just kind of lay dormant for a while until they till they're needed. So like Air Razor and Optimus Primal are separately watching two different things, and like it's kind of cool, and like the humans in it actually make a little more sense for the story. Like one's an archaeologist and figures out the first key, and then the other one is a guy that he's trying to help his brother who has sickle cell anemia. He's trying to make money or trying to figure out ways to get money for him, to help him out. So he tries, like they tell him about this Porsche that's in this building, so he goes in to steal the Porsche. Here the Porsche is Mirage. So and like the way Mirage does stuff is cool because like there's a part where they're like in a high-speed chase from the cops, and Mirage makes like fake versions of like holograms of himself,
Mhm.
and it fucks with the cops.
Yeah, we saw that scene in a commercial. on
Yeah,
the
that was pretty
trailer.
good. The like, and then he's like Mirage brings the human to Prime, and Bumblebee's like, yay, a human, because he's had the Bumblebee stuff, because that was the prequel to the other Transformers stuff too. So it takes place between Bumblebee and Transformers 1, right?
Okay.
And Prime's like, no, we don't want humans involved. This is their war. I just need to get you guys off the planet, blah, blah, blah. Well, with this warp thing, we can get you guys off the planet. This will be great. Doesn't really work the way he wants it to. Unicron, who's the big bad in this, sends Scourge, who for some reason is a truck and not a jet, but whatever, we won't go there.
That's awful.
Yeah,
That
he
pretty
looks
much
good
upsets.
but he looked good as a truck, but it was weird because like he has this weird rust ability. Like at one point he gets rust on Airazor, and then Airazor turns bad because she starts to rust. Which was kind of cool.
Okay.
But like there's some like other bad CGI toward the end where like the kid, like Mirage turns himself into like a suit of armor, kind of like think Kit or Spike's kid in the animated movie, like how he had that suit that he could like
Oh yeah.
shoot stuff out of and
Yeah.
sort of be
Yeah.
a transformer. It looks kind of like that, but not really.
All right.
It's like mix that with like Samus from Metroid, and that's the suit you get.
Huh.
So it's not terrible, but it's not great. And then
Well, my question is, what was our resident expert in Transformer? What did our buddy
So-
Chip think about that?
So I texted him afterwards and I said, besides the CGI in this, it's not too bad. And he's like, no, it's an okay movie. And I said, it's definitely better than last night. And he's like, everything's better than last night. Which I agree. That was like the worst of the Transformers movies.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack wasn't as good. The scoring was okay. Soundtrack not great. Although it did have some cool 90s tracks in it, which was cool. But oh no, like and Wheeljack is played by the guy who is Danny Ramos and on Ted Lasso. So he's the guy that's like, football is life. Football is life. He's really good. Like I love that character. So like when I heard him speak, I'm like, Danny Reyes. So or Danny Rojas. It's Danny Rojas. And I was like, football is life. Football is life. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I probably gave it like a 3.5 out of 5, 3 out of 5, or 3 out of
Okay.
5. It probably a
So-
solid 3 out of 5. Almost a
prob-
3.5.
So it's probably like one of the better Transformer movies.
I'd say it's pretty mid-rangey. I think it's better than what was the second one? Was the second one Dark on the Moon?
Yes.
Okay. What was the third one?
Was it the Dinobots?
No, that was or Age of
was four.
Extinction. Right. So I think it was better than Age of Extinction and better than
The night.
Last Night. So and it was probably like I don't know, probably on par with Dark on the Moon. So it's probably like either 3 or 4, like because there's only
Okay.
7,
Yeah.
6 or 7. No, yeah,
Well-
this is if you count Bumblebee, this is the 7th one.
There was
Right.
what, 4 Michael Bay movies.
Right.
And
Bump-
then
and then
Bumblebee would be number
Bumblebee.
5.
Okay. So 6. So yeah, it's either 3 or 4, like
Okay.
of 6. So it's not bad. It's not great. But it's somewhere in the middle. Like it doesn't have the big explosions and all that shit, but the fight scene was pretty good. It's just the CGI went downhill. Like
Mm.
the CGI was not as good.
That seems to be the issue for movies. Like the CGI is just not
Yeah.
quality. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's my only real complaint about it, to be honest. Like
Okay.
there were moments where I'm like, oh god, the CGI is so bad. And it was kind of
Well,
distractingly bad, but I liked it though. I enjoyed it. I would probably
okay.
watch it again. Ron Perlman as Optimus Primal was awesome.
Hmm.
There's a mid-credit scene that was pretty cool, and that's about it. I didn't really know how I was gonna like the dude who played Mirage. The hell's his name? Pete something. God damn it. He was the guy that was like it almost seemed like everyone married him every other week. Hold on.
Well, what was it? Well, you're looking for that. What was it? The Loki trailer came out.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and Peter Dinklage as Scourge was pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh as Airazor was really good. Liza Koshy as RC was really good. John DiMaggio as Transit / Stratosphere was hilarious. Dave Sobolov as Rhinox / Battletrap. He didn't really get to do much. MJ Rodriguez as Nightbird was pretty good. Coleman Domingo as Unicron was good. Cristo Fernandez is Wheeljack. That's the guy that's Danny Rojas. Tongue Krista was Cheetor. He had like 2 lines in the whole movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes up for all his talking in the animated
Right.
series.
I mean, this right now on IMDb it has 6.1 out of 10. So I agree with it. I agree with
Okay.
that. For sure. And then after we're done here tonight, I am going to attempt to watch, and I say attempt because it's going to be bad, Sharks of the Corn.
Oh god.
But my buddy Keith and his girlfriend watched it the other day, and he was like, "It is so fucking bad," and I'm like, "Sounds like a movie I need to see," and he's like, "It is." So that's what I'm going to be doing right after we're done here. So
okay.
cool.
Well, what was that? We got Loki new trailer come out for the new season. I like what I saw. As a fan of the first season, it's cool. I think it's going to keep the whole Kang thing and going here.
Mhm.
Kang, we'll see where it goes. I hope they don't mess it up too bad. It's right now, like I was telling you off camera here, there's not a lot of positivity going on here in the comic realm and
Right.
in the entertainment side, other than what we're waiting for X-Men 97, which is probably not till next year. So we're holding our breath for what Ahsoka. That's coming out next week.
Yes. Week
I
after.
know
It's one of the two.
Yeah, it's like mid-August. So
Hold on, let me look it up.
we're holding our breath. I thought it came out like beginning of August, but I was wrong because I was gonna watch that before the show. That did not happen.
Whoops. Forgot the H. July, August 23rd.
Oh, okay,
So
later than I
3
thought.
weeks. 3 weeks from
weeks.
yesterday. Yeah.
Okay,
So we got some time.
okay. So
And then
it's,
Loki's, I don't think till September, I think.
yeah, that's why they put the trailer out. But there's nothing really going on. Like,
October 6th is the premiere for Loki.
yeah, so it's got
So.
a little bit to go yet. Yeah, it's not really a lot going on, Like you said, Paul
Mhm.
Rubens was this sad and sudden loss. I know here at the house, my wife was in mourning.
Yeah,
It was,
I bet.
he touched,
Gross. I
know,
mean, what?
he touched a lot of
Himself in
young
theaters.
kids and himself. Well, he touched himself. It was fine.
In theaters.
It's
in
in theaters. It was fine. It was fine. But he was a big part of children.
Yeah.
His programming. I
Yeah.
think we'll all remember him. It was just shocking that it was like, oh, I've had cancer since 2015. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. Okay. I mean, I understand you wanted to keep it private. I get that, but you feel awful. It's like you feel like fans would have reached out better, but
Yeah.
again, probably wanted, spend time with his family when he could, and just wanted to live a quiet few
Right.
years. So,
Oh shit. Real quick. I finished season 2 of Good Omens, and it was awesome.
nice.
That's all
That's
I
what
will
I've
say. It
heard.
was super good.
I have
Super
yet to
good.
finish The Watcher, actually, the new Witcher, or not Watcher, the new Witcher season. I haven't watched that. I haven't finished that yet. I got caught up in my anime watching, which I don't think most of our audience cares too much about anime, so I won't get into it too much on that end.
Well, they
So,
might, but
it's I watch a lot of the stuff on Crunchyroll and the stuff on Netflix, and the new season of that one that I've been telling you to watch, that Bastard, came out.
Mhm.
That new season came out for that one, which is, I think, the final one, because they're not doing anything past that,
okay.
because it's Netflix. And then those who like kind of a animated Street Fighter, karate, martial arts, kind of like Street Fighter, but it's way bloodier and nastier.
Right.
Baki Hama, the new series of Baki Hama came out, and it's pretty good. But that's been about it. Oh, do you want to show off my latest book other than the normal pulls? I pulled
The
that
Man
out of
Thing.
our Man Thing #1.
Mhm.
This is the third volume? Or second volume?
Second
Second
Man
volume.
Thing volume.
Yes.
Third, because he was in Tales to Astonish, I think, before that. Like it was a run of like where it's not wherever his first appearance is, which is not in Man Thing. Hold
Yeah.
on.
I don't think it's a Tales to Astonish, though.
I thought it was hold on.
Is it Strange Tales?
Maybe.
I feel like it's Strange Tales.
Strange Tales, #1. Or Savage Tales. Sorry. Savage Tales. Yeah, so he was in Savage Tales. Then there was another Man Thing volume, like a mini series or maxi series, and then that volume. So that's volume. Technically, it's volume 2 called Man Thing, but third if you count the Strange or Savage Tales.
I did see the new pop figures for the Werewolf by Night, and they're all in black and white, and I thought that was brilliant. That's
that is
brilliant.
awesome.
And then the Man Thing, black and white. I may have to get that. Yes, it has red eyes, but everything else is black and white. And I may have to buy that Funko just to have it, because it's pretty sweet. And I think it's going to be one of the last large ones, because I think Funko said that they're not doing large ones anymore. They're gonna stop
Well,
doing those ones.
I know.
I know they're having issues with it.
Well, I also know that Funko just did like a downsizing of their company.
That's probably why they're not doing the big ones now. Of course, they also are probably.
They're probably cutting back on everything. So
yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah, hold on. I wanna say there's another Man Thing out there already. Is there?
there's the Swamp Things. They did have DC Swamp Thing stuff.
Well, there's
which-
the movie version of it where he's called Ted.
yes.
Then there's a regular San Diego exclusive one and a convention one. Summer convention. What year did you come out? Back in like 2020. 2003. There's one that came out in 2020. That was like color and looked more like the R.L. Stein version. Like yeah. So but the new one does look very, very good. I just think
like
it's
the
funny that he's
detail.
called Ted.
Yeah, I think that was the joke, is that, but I like they're all black and white, which I thought was a brilliant move on Funko and Disney's Disney Marvel's part there. Yeah, he doesn't have red eyes. They're just like slightly shaded.
Yeah,
I love
but it
the
looks good.
detail. Yeah,
Yeah.
the detail is excellent. Yeah, I'll
Yeah, that
definitely have
looks
to get
awesome.
that. Yeah, I have to add Ted
Indeed.
to that section there.
So,
So.
all right, guys. Well, thanks for stopping by and hanging out. For the couple of you that
Yep.
watched, we will probably be discussing changing our times and dates because we haven't really had a lot of people watch in a while.
Mhm.
So we will figure that out and let you know. So keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And make sure you check out PulpCon this weekend. Make sure you buy your ticket for Steranko. We'll see you at the warehouse sale in 2 weeks. We'll
Check out our socials.
be around. Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
I have Threads. I have
Threads.
TikTok. I have, good Lord, everything. I think I have a Snapchat. Like it's all John W. Engel with no H.
I am gonna pimp myself out a little bit. The Saturday, well, actually the whole weekend, but Saturday I will be here at my house. And if you would like to buy some merch off of me and the wife, now this is dresses, this is clothes, this is our grand yard sale for the town of Derry, happening all weekend long. So if you're in the Westmoreland County area and you want to even just say hi, coming down and see us here. It's not hard to find us. Derry's like really small and easy to find. So
yeah, your road's a little old school sketch city, but
yeah,
for that area it's actually well kept.
So. Yes, yeah, very
All
much
right.
so.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, for watching.